Hi, I am Dr. J.P. Silvera from TaylorMade Health and Wellness, and 2 days after her accident, a patient walked through my door wondering if she was wasting my time. She had been rear-ended at a stoplight, not a major crash. The other car was going maybe 20 miles an hour. She got out, looked at the bumper, exchanged insurance information, and drove home. At the scene, she felt completely fine. No dizziness, no pain, nothing. Then she woke up the next morning and her neck was stiff. She figured she had slept wrong. By day two, turning her head to check her blind spot felt like someone had run a wire through her shoulder and up into the base of her skull. That is when she called us. She sat down across from me, and the first thing she said was, "I feel like I am making a big deal out of nothing." She was not making a big deal out of anything. That is just how whiplash works. And most people do not understand this until it happens to them. Here is what is actually happening inside your body at the moment of impact. Your head gets thrown forward and snapped back faster than your muscles can respond. The soft tissues in your neck, the ligaments, the muscles, the discs, absorb that force. But at the scene of the accident, you do not feel it. You know why? Adrenaline. Your nervous system just experienced a threat. It floods your body with adrenaline and cortisol, your natural pain blockers kick in, and you feel fine. Alert, maybe a little shaky, but fine. So you stand there at the side of the road and you genuinely believe nothing happened to you. Then you go home. The adrenaline wears off. Your body starts its inflammatory response, which is how it protects and begins to repair damaged tissue. That inflammation builds over the next few hours, sometimes over the next 1 to 2 days. And the pain that was masked the whole time starts to surface. This is not dramatic. This is biology. And it happens constantly after minor accidents, not just major ones. The problem is that most people wait. They tell themselves it will go away on its own. They take some ibuprofen and hope for the best. And sometimes, yes, mild soreness does resolve. But when the underlying structural issue, a joint that moved out of its optimal position, a disc under pressure, a muscle holding protective tension it never released, goes unaddressed, it does not always just quiet down. It becomes chronic. Weeks later, months later, you are still dealing with the same neck pain, and now the connection to the accident is harder to document. And that brings me to something I want to be direct with you about, especially if you are in Florida. Florida has a personal injury protection law, and under that law, your health coverage through your auto insurance policy generally requires you to seek treatment within 14 days of the accident. That is not a hard and fast diagnostic deadline. It is a coverage deadline. If you wait longer than 14 days, you may lose access to those benefits entirely, even if your injury is legitimate and documented. I am not telling you this to create urgency for its own sake. I am telling you because I have watched people come in on day 16 in real pain, and the first conversation we have to have is about how their options just narrowed significantly. That is a hard conversation to have. I would rather not have it. Coming in early is not about manufacturing problems or running up a bill. It is about knowing where you stand so you can make good decisions. When you come see us shortly after an accident, we do a thorough evaluation. We look at your range of motion, your soft tissue presentation, how your spine is moving. If there is something there, we can see it, we can document it, and we can begin treating it before it compounds. If everything looks structurally sound, we tell you that too. You leave with information, not a sales pitch. We also handle all of the insurance paperwork on our end. We work with your PIP coverage, we coordinate with attorneys if you already have legal representation, and we communicate directly with adjusters so you are not stuck managing a stack of forms while you are trying to recover from an injury. You come in, you tell us what is going on, and we take it from there. One more thing I want to say because I think it matters. We treat what is actually in front of us. If something is outside the scope of what chiropractic care can address, we say that clearly and we point you toward the right provider, a neurologist, an orthopedic surgeon, an imaging facility, whoever you need. There are no surprises here. No one is going to push a treatment plan on you that does not match what you are actually dealing with. The patient I mentioned at the beginning of this video, she was not making a big deal out of nothing.